Hey guys, this is Reeves Moore back with a quick review on an Amazon Basics product. These are the Amazon Basics flame lights, is what I'm going to call them basically. Sometimes called flame bulbs. And I'm just showing you here the stock photo from Amazon.com just so you get an idea what they're advertising. There's some other stock photos that they have that aren't quite as, I guess, misleading. But we'll just quickly demonstrate what's going on with these things after a very fast unboxing. They are very, very energy efficient lights because they are, of course, LEDs, which makes them very energy efficient. I believe the lumen count on them is only 180, which is kind of what you would expect because the whole idea with these is to make a very warm and inviting light presence as opposed to a very bright, off-putting light presence. So they're not terribly bright, but they produce enough light to be seen very easily. Originally, we purchased these in the hopes basically making a more ambient like reading light, or at least something that you can sleep with, because I usually sleep with the light on just in case I gotta get out of bed. And these are a little more, I was hoping for something a little more natural as opposed to typical lights, which are a little more harsh on the eyes. But natural firelight doesn't tend to be quite as harsh, which is why some folks enjoy these lights. And one thing I will say, the Amazon listing does point out, or at least displays these inside of a lamp and a lampshade, and they're just too bright for that. They almost, because of the material inside that gives it that effect of that flame kind of like jostling and moving around, and because of the brightness being as bright as it is, it comes off almost like a little mini strobe light, and it's very unpleasant inside of a house or inside of a room. And very quickly we're going to see this. You're going to see some artifacts from the camera here where it splits into lines. That's the camera not being able to adjust the level of brightness against the very dark background. It's having a little bit of trouble there. But this is basically what you would see if you just plugged yours in and started working with it. So very quickly you'll see me just plug it into just a light stand here, and you'll see just how very bright these things are, followed by a quick demonstration of what they look like inside of a bedroom or any typical room on a lampshade. So they're pretty daggone bright. The camera is picking it up pretty heavily, obviously. It might have looked a little dimmer than what you're able to see here, but overall they are very, very bright. Which is kind of surprising because you would think that they wouldn't be quite this bright, but I think the original idea behind this, even though Amazon on their listing puts these inside of a lampshade for one of their images that's considered their stock or their listing image, I think the idea behind these is more to look like gas lamps. So maybe these have more of an outside application, and the last thing you're going to see is these put on either side of a front door on a house, just so you can see what they look like from about, I don't know, 15 yards away, and then maybe 30 yards away. And there's some of the artifacts from the camera just not being able to pick up the fluttering of the quote-unquote flames. But inside the house, not so great. Outside the house, they look pretty sharp. I like them, but that's about the only application I would want them in, because inside the bedroom they're just way too bright. And you're going to see that in just a few minutes, what it looks like when it's like in a standard room, and just how much light is thrown and how much like a strobe light it almost is. And as you can see, this is what it looks like in a regular bedroom. And the thing is, these things aren't dimmable. This would almost be tolerable if you could dim this thing down lower, but these are not dimmable bulbs. So that's probably one of the biggest flaws. And again, these things cost 16 bucks. I think I just checked the listing to get the specs on these things, make sure I didn't get them wrong. But they were 16 bucks when I bought them. They're down to like 12 right now. They're just too bright. This is an outside application kind of item. And here's the outside real fast, from about 15 or so yards away, and then in just a moment it'll cut to about 25 yards away or so. And that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button if you found it helpful, and have a great day.